here. One of the suspected shooters drove his mom's car, bro. Drove his mom's damn car, Lonzo. And there were license plate readers. They basically didn't cover anything up, didn't change any license plate, left the goddamn thing. So there's license plate readers all to where the crime scene is. Once again, caught in 4K. They even have him pulling up, to the place, wiping the car down, taking out some bags, transferring stuff. Not only that, Lonzo, inside his mother's car, the one he had just did the damn crime in, this dumb Negro had some shell casings in there that linked him to the crime. So they have this thing called a shell catcher, Lonzo, that a lot of these street kids are using now, where I guess if you have an automatic weapon, you shoot it and it just catches all the shells, or catches a lot of the shells so they don't fall on the ground. Well, this dumb mother effer had decided to put a few of those in his mom's car. So when the police raided his home and checked the car, there's the shell casings right there.
All right, congratulations. He must be the valedictorian of stupid school. Got to be the valedictorian. Got to be. I'm gonna have to get a one of those graduational effects. Play that graduation music for these stupid fools that insist on going to stupid school and getting PhDs.
Yeah, that's embarrassing, man. That's horrible. And they're all going to do a lot of time. And once again, people are starting to sing like a bird. And all this is going to do is bring attention to all the rap crews. It's probably going to stop a lot of money, Lonzo, because no one's going to want to have these guys perform at their club knowing they got beefs like this. I mean, would you want these guys performing at your club? A shout out to Marley, man. Good looking out.
Much love, Marley. I see you, Doc. Hell no, Doc. That don't make no. As a club owner, the last thing you want to have is any potential violent actions. What happens? It kills the club and it puts a rep on the club that people get beat up, people get shot there. Right now, one of the clubs here locally in LA, it was on Facebook. Security guard slammed this girl, slammed the shit out of her. And my buddy, I used to go there on a regular basis. I haven't been there. I don't go every week, but I go pretty regularly. But I've been busy on Friday, so I haven't been. But my partner, who was a staple in the business, said, "Man, you could play racquetball in that joint now, because the word has gotten out that they did some foul stuff. They allowed foul stuff to happen, and people ain't dealing with that. Nobody wants to be around shooting and violence, man. Nobody in their right mind wants to do that. And this spot used to crack on Friday afternoon after happy hour. It would be cracking. I mean, like nobody. It was right there in a good industrial area. A lot of folks got money and jobs, and they had great food. Drinks were good. And, one or a couple of small incidents could shut you down, Doc. It's real talk. A couple of small incidents could shut you down. And don't let no gunplay happen. It could really put you out of business completely.
One incident, right? Just one single incident.
One good one. Yeah. And you can come back, but you're gonna catch hell. You're gonna catch hell. And then it depends on how frequent they happen. Then you got another problem with the city council and the police department and your insurance company. The hidden god of all that shit. That's why you don't have a lot of clubs and stuff in LA no more. Gang violence is too volatile. You can't have a nightclub in heavily gang areas, Doc. It's not going to work. And if you do, they won't let you dance. They won't let you do a whole lot of stuff, Doc. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. So, yes.
Omashan H says, you were in Compton before the gangs took over. What year do you remember Compton becoming dangerous?
About 85, 84, 85. We were having issues. My Compton college story was about 85. Same thing with the English Square story, about 85. Compton had a reputation for a while, but we respected each other enough. Well, people were respected enough to keep a lot of the stuff within the ranks of the gangs and not the civilians. A lot of civilians got passes because they knew, hey man, you play football, you square, leave him alone. Let's go. It wasn't no fun to beat up a square. Okay, it wasn't no fun, and gangbangers, At that back in my era, you had to be able to fight, thump, you had to have hand. Well, what they call it? You had to be able to box. Okay, it was about quality, and not quantity back then. 7-8 Pyro boys. What about 8 of them cats? What about 7-8 Pyro boys? It wasn't no big old numerous massive game. It was about 7 to 8 Pyro boys. Now you got Pyro affiliates, but for actual Pyro boys, you only had about 6 or 7 or 8 of them at the most, maybe 10. I'm gonna give you that, okay? But you had affiliates, okay? And the same thing with cats like Tookie. There was a handful, there was a few Crips, but it wasn't. A lot of guys would go from the neighborhood to go see what they was gonna do. Okay, that's before social media. That people had to go witness. So you might have 20, 30 guys walking. Everybody ain't fighting. Everybody ain't shooting. Some people just there to see what's going on, to witness what happened.
Yeah, man. Let's move on a little bit. Hold on, let me see. Where was I at? I want to talk about the '84 Olympics, being that the Olympics are here, and this is probably one of the first years where I don't even think I've sat down and watched any of the Olympics, which is surprising to me. But let's talk about the '84 Olympics when they came to LA, Lonzo. Kind of a big deal. And every time they go to a city and do the Olympics or any big event there, what they do is they clean up the area. They push the homeless a certain way. They paint over the graffiti. They make it look like a nice, beautiful, livable city. And I do know for a fact that they did that with Los Angeles as well. I want to talk a little bit about that, but can you take us back to the '84 Olympics and just what you remember about that specific time?
'84 Olympics was a major event here in the city. The one thing I remember about the '84 Olympics, like nothing else, man, the streets, the freeways. You could travel on the freeways anytime you wanted to. It was smooth sailing. Didn't have no traffic. All that 405, 5 o'clock traffic, 110. What they did was they banned all deliveries at a certain time. You couldn't deliver big trucks not on the road during certain times of the evening, times of the morning. You had to drive your trucks at nighttime. So the passenger cars had traffic most of the time. You might see a delivery van, but as far as diesels and stuff like that, you didn't see those on the road during the Olympic time. They had to deliver at nighttime when traffic was thinner. It was smooth sailing, and even downtown LA, a lot of what you see right now in downtown LA is still in full effect from the Olympics. A lot of those one-way